Welcome back to BK and Builds. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 great ways to mitigate dust during a renovation project. Number 1, use a zipper door. Create a temporary barrier from your work area to your living space. Number 2, take a fan and an opening, such as a window, and blow air outside and the dust with it. And number 3, on the cleanup, use an extra long extension on the exhaust of your shop vac. I use rigid products. They all go together well. And I'll tell you what, as I'm running around zipping up all of the little dirt and dust, anything the filter's not catching is going out that extension and out the window. As you can tell, we recently ripped off all the sheetrock and pulled down the insulation, created a bunch of dust, fine particles, and everything in the air. These 3 tips worked so well. We did not have much dust downstairs where we live at all. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, and that's the zipper door. This is your first line of defense from keeping dust out of your living space and in your work area. So basically, it's very simple to put one of these up. I have a longer video. If you click this link, you can follow it for exact step-by-step directions. But right now, what we're trying to do is get this so that the work area is on that side and living space is on this side. And you want to measure your opening, add 2 inches on all sides. Then take double-sided tape. It's a secret. It works great. Put it in each of the top corners. Stick this sheet onto the molding, wall, or casing, whatever you have there, and it will hold your sheet in place. Slice down, add the zipper, and you've ultimately created a temporary barrier that you can put up and take down in about 15 to 20 minutes and keep your space completely separated. The fan is venting out the window and ultimately pulling air from down here upstairs. And how that's really working, we'll go over that more in depth on how to set it up. But basically, it makes it impossible for dust to come down and follow the air into our area. It's kind of like a river, and think about sediment washing down a river. It's not going to be able to go upriver because it's not strong enough. Dust will find the easiest way, and it's going to follow that air up the stairs instead of down, out the window instead of on the floor. Let's go to tip number 2. Tip number 2, use that fan and a window to create negative air pressure. So this is a little bit of strategy, but it also builds upon tip number 1. And if you have all of your areas sealed, except for where the fan is going to be working, it is going to naturally pull the dust from this work area towards this window, up and out. Look at how well it works. As you can see, all of this dust is going up and out the window. While we're talking about dust, always wear your face mask. This is something I'm very diligent about. I don't want what I'm seeing in the air ending up in my lungs. So wear your mask, use a fan, and push all of that dust out once and for all. Tip number 3, and that is the extra long extension hose for your shop vac. So this is an aftermarket part, right? Like out of the box, these come with the 6-foot hose. The problem is that vacuums work by pulling air in and exhausting air out. And what happens is, depending on the filter, and you can get great filters, they can be pricey, but depending on the filter, you'll vacuum up, it'll go through the filter, and a certain amount of material will still make it through and come out the exhaust. So What type of material is that? That's all the fine particles we're trying to get out of here once and for all. Investing in this extra long piece makes it so that as we're vacuuming up and really making this space a lot more tolerable to work in, it's getting rid of it once and for all. So let's watch how well this works, because right now from this exterior wall where we're trying to get the dust out, just to where I'm sitting is 12 feet. You know, this shop vac with the 6-foot hose is only going to get half the way and may not get all that dust outside. Those are my top tips for how to mitigate dust during a renovation project. I hope that you got value out of this video. I'm going to link all the products in the description below. So if you have any questions on which one to use, how to put it up, reach out. I'm here. I use them, and I know that it can be confusing when you first start using something new. So let me know. Also, share with me any great ways that you limit the dust, mitigate the dust, or don't create the dust at all when you're working in a dirty environment. I am all ears, and when I'm doing construction and when I'm working on a project, if I could limit the dust in the air and on the ground and clean it up once and for all, I am all about it. So until next time, take it easy.